any new borrower today, when he or she borrows, their loan is pegged to the MCLR. But there is also this other factor that we notice that when one borrows from the bank agreement and the bank allows to borrow more than MCLR because they have something called spread. Now, spread is basically an over and above margin than the MCLR rate.
Yes.
For instance, if the SBI MCLR, which currently is at 8%, bank has the possibility or the leverage to charge you 8% plus something called a spread, which is 0.4%, 0.6%. That depends.
Correct.
And today the consumer needs to be aware of what is the spread that he or she commits to when signing on the dotted line on the loan. Can you just help our consumers understand what is the spread and how is spread decided?
Okay. See, rightly said by you, it's the MCLR rate on which the lending has to happen. But the banks have been given, as per the MCLR guidelines set by RBI, the banks have been given a leeway as to you can ask for a markup, a margin, a spread over the MCLR rate. Now, very importantly, as a customer, if I walk into a branch, ask for a home loan, let's say for example, I should be knowing three things. I should not just ask for the MCLR rate and go ahead and get the loan sanctioned.
Because the loan that I will get will never be on pure MCLR.
Could be, this could be. Because as I said, like banks have the
Leverage to do it.
Leverage to do it. So MCLR, so they can ask for a spread. So you need to
Understand.
as to what the spread is, and then also shop around in the market and see which other bank at the same MCLR is asking me a
Less
lower
spread.
spread.
Right.
So two banks can have 8.5 MCLR but can charge a markup of 0.25 and 0.4. It will end up with a difference in your interest calculation.
So when
one
shopping
is the
Right. So when shopping for a loan, A, try and understand what is the MCLR.
What's MCLR?
B, understand what is the markup or the spread that you're going to be paying over and above the MCLR.
Correct.
Is there any other thing that the consumer needs to know?
There's one other thing, which is the reset period. Now also during that negotiation, during that agreement time when you're actually finalizing the home loan, also look at the reset period. Now banks have been allowed to set a reset period of 12 months and below, but most of the banks today are putting 12 months in the agreement papers, right? Now in both these counts, you will find that even though there are things like markup and the reset period, the good thing is the customer has the flexibility to actually put a clause in that agreement paper that fine, today the reset period is 12 months, but I want to put the clause in the agreement that it can be changed, can be reviewed at the end of the reset period.
Okay.
So after 12 months, I get a choice to either shift it to 6 months or keep continuing with the 12 months. Similarly, in case of the markup, if the bank is asking me for a higher markup, I can show my CIBIL profile or the credit profile. So there is a flexibility given to the banks also. One should understand that you should as a customer play it in your favor.
So as a customer, A, I can renegotiate the markup and renegotiate the reset period after the first tenure of reset period finishes.
Absolutely correct, but just make sure that these two things, that the reviewing process is there in the agreement paper right at the beginning.
All right. So that needs to be inked at the very start of the
Correct,
agreement.
correct.
That I should get the right to renegotiate my markup
Absolutely.
and the reset period after the period finishes.
Correct. The markup can be negotiated right at the beginning also, because the markup is a standard markup for every customer. Now, if I have a better credit profile, I can back it up with a CIBIL score or any other score of this from the industry. Then this markup can be reduced for me.
How does the bank go about deciding how much markup do they levy on the consumer? Does it depend on the risk profile of the consumer or the credit history of the consumer?
Majorly, right at the beginning for the entire industry, as say, for every borrower, it will be decided as per the tenure of the contract, the home loan, the tenure, the credit risk of the customer. But it's a standard again. It's a standard for everybody. So if I have a better profile, I can always ask for it, for the markup to be lowered.
All right. Thank you so much, Sunil.
Thank you.